Alright, let's make a custom Daz character in real time and under 30 minutes. So I'll start with the base Genesis 9 figure. So I'll redo it again from start. I'll load in the Genesis 9 figure, but then I won't load this one. I'll load Genesis 9 dev load. But that one comes without the eyes, and that's all you need to make the morphs. Then under shaping, I'll go to the body and base feminine body. I'll set it to a value of 100. Then for the head, base feminine head, a value of 100. Now we have the base mesh that we need to manipulate. So from here, I'll go into my parameters, expand the Genesis 9, expand the gen round, and mesh resolution. I set it to the base resolution because we need it to be at the lowest subdivision level. And from here, we are set to go. I'll go to File, Export, then I'll choose an OBJ file. Then I'll just name it something else. So probably maybe G9 base new tutorial. Then over here, I will choose the conversion to Daz Studio Unit and then filter objects, and we are good to go. So accept, and now we come to Blender. Then I import the OBJ I just exported. So desktop, Daz tutorial, base G9, this import. Right. So now we have the base mesh. So from here, I can start manipulating the mesh to look however I want it to look. So what I'll do is I'll add in shape keys to preserve the initial shape of the mesh. So in case I make any errors, say probably I do something atrocious like this, I can just delete the shape key and then create a new one and then continue manipulating. Alright, so for this, I'm going to make some markings on the head where I want to start manipulating. So probably this area is fine, and lips should be a bit thicker. Then the nose, rather than being like this, I would stick it in a bit and make it rounder. This is just a sketch to get the idea down. It would be much different when I start sculpting. Yeah, and then the forehead follows. So rather than the forehead going around like this, I would chisel it a bit so it looks flatter from the front. Yeah, then the rest of the head just follows as it is. Yeah, then probably I shape the neck a bit, and yeah, bring this in a bit too, like this. Okay, then probably let me draw the nose wall. It's looking disturbing for me, so yeah, clean up a bit. Okay, so let's start manipulating and see what we get. So I'll push the jaw forward a bit, and I want to manipulate the lips. So I'll make a selection around the lips and I'll smooth the mask, invert it. Then I push it forward a bit, like this. Okay, and I'll clear the mask and I'll continue shaping the mesh to look how I want it to be. Okay, then up on the front view, start making the lips a bit thicker, and the lower lips too thicker. Then I'll make it wide a bit and take it back. Like this. Alright. Then let me make this side. Take out this side also. Alright. So now our first initial change on the lips. Yeah. Then I continue to sculpt around. And for the nose too, I start pushing it back to get the shape that I want. Okay, so I might probably push it back because it's too far from the skin. Yeah, all right. On this, then I push the head in a bit. Okay. Uh, then maybe I'll make the face less white from the side. Okay. So now let's see the before and after of what we have. Okay. All right. Then from the front, I'll make this side a bit flatter, and I think I'll need more room on the top of the skull. So yes. Okay. Yeah. Then from the back, I push this side in a bit. All right. Then continue to shape it. So probably from the front, I would make it a flatter view so I can see properly. And I push this side in a bit, pushing the jaw a bit. Yeah. Then I raise this side too. Yeah, so like this, like this, like this. Okay, and this. Okay. So I would hide my annotations and inspect the model. So went from this to this for the head. Okay. Now let's work on the body. I'll make the shoulders less wide. Push it in a bit. And I'll smooth this side slightly and push it out slightly like this. Okay. Then yeah, continue to shape it. Yeah. Then for the neck, make it smaller a bit. Then go to the back. Make it a bit smaller too from the back. Okay, I think it's too small, so I'll leave some volume over there. Right. Now for the side, I feel I'll need a bit more of a bend on the back. Then I'll lift the buttocks a bit. Okay. Then I'll smooth the side out slightly and I'll push the lower tummy out a bit. Then I'll define where the rib is going to show. So slightly and smooth, then slightly again and smooth. Now I have the definition for that area. And I'll smooth the groin area too. I want to keep it flat. Okay. And I'll push in the waist a bit. Then come to the side again. Push in the back slightly. Now I'm going to also push the head slightly inwards and reduce the strength of my smooth brush and dab slightly. Okay. Probably I'll bring the nose back again and the forehead down slightly this way. Okay. Then I would change the shape of the eye a bit. Alright. Now I'll increase the thickness of the nose transition like this. Okay. and I would increase the width of the nose a bit. Then I would keep pushing the shape to get something that I really like. So I push this out slightly, push this out slightly. Yeah. And I would work on the lips again. I feel I can give it more volume. So more volume, then more wider. Yeah. Change my view to the 50 view to get a more flatter view. Yeah. On the side of the head, I smooth it a bit. Okay. Then the cheekbones, I push them in slightly. Yeah. Probably I can increase the width of the nose slightly. So now, before, after, before, after, before, after. Now we have some moles done. Think I need to change my clip distance. Alright, cool. And I'll change the rest pose of the leg a bit. Now bear in mind, I'm not deleting any geometry. I'm just working with the base mesh I have. If I delete anything from the base mesh, then the morph will not work. Okay, and I'll make the feet point forward. Okay, so let me find the right angle and go into orthographic view. And okay, I think this is good. All right. Yeah, I have this, and I can continue to shape it. So I can push, then push the chest out a bit. Maybe if I want to change this side, I can make a selection, smooth invert, and I'll lift it a bit and shape it out to how I want it to look. Okay, clear mask. Then I'll smooth out the area. Right, so before, then after. Okay, think need more volume. Yeah, more volume, and I would push the side in a bit, and I'll bring it out slightly. Okay, push it up and bend it in slightly. Push it up. Okay, and smooth it out slightly. All right. So for the ears, I think I'll just reduce the size slightly and push it in to a bit. Okay. And I think I'll just lift the head slightly. And then maybe I'll just change the angle of the whole lower head like this. And I'll push this side upward slightly. Then I push the side in a bit. Then I draw sharp to create the chin crease over here. Smooth, then draw again and smooth. Let me see how it looks. Okay, think I went to vacuum, so I'll add in some volume to compensate for the lost form over there. Alright, I think this is good, but I would like to also extend the lower legs a bit. I feel they are short, so what I will do is I would make a selection of the upper body, then smooth invert, then I'll use my transform tool, then I push slightly like this. Okay, and then I can continue sculpting. Okay, I'll clear the mask and I'll just smooth out a bit. Turn on wireframe to see what is happening to the geometry. Now what I'll do is I'll pick the smooth brush and I'll change the deformation mode from Laplacian to surface. What I'll do is allow me to relax the surface of the geometry. So any stretchiness that I have, I can just relax it by just clicking and dragging on the surface of the geometry. Okay. And remember, we are not adding any extra geometry. We are working with what we got from Daz. Yeah, smooth, 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 smooth. Yes. And then probably I would like to change the shape of the upper lip. So with my draw brush to just draw the shape I want this way, and I'll smooth out some areas. So I'll change it from surface to Laplacian again and reduce the strength and then just smooth out. Then I'll draw sharp again, but this time with a reduced strength. Go again. Okay, and this side too. Then I push this side and then I give her slight volume over here. Okay, cool. So can lift this up and increase the width. Then I can use a draw brush tool again to create a separation on the nose like this. Now I feel the top of the nose is very wide, so I'll close it a bit, smooth out, and then I'll lift the other sides. Okay, then push this one out a bit. Okay, so I like the nose and everything. Joint it out, then keep smoothing, keep smoothing, keep smoothing. So if I'll just push the form slightly and try and have an hourglass look. Okay, and I can just push, push. All right, so I think we are good. Let me check the time. Okay, 17 minutes. We are on time. So before and then after. So before, after, before, after. Now once we are done with this, I'll just select the character, Ctrl plus A, then visual geometry to mesh. What I will do is it will apply any shape keys I have on the character. And I'll just check everything here. So apply rotation to make sure that the rotation is right. Then I'll export it out as an OBJ again. So this time around I'll call it, so let me find my folder. So tutorial, then tutorial morph. Now bear in mind, any name you give to it over here is what you would get when you apply the morph in Daz. Alright, export it. So now we go back to Daz. I can delete this model. This model doesn't have the eyes and it will be a problem when you're trying to use it. So I'll just delete it. Then I'll load in the actual Genesis 9 model. Okay, so with the Genesis 9 model in the scene, I'll make sure it is selected in the outliner. Then I'll go to Edit, Objects, Shape, then Morph Loader Pro. And over here, I choose my morph file. So I would find the tutorial morph. Then I would expand it, scroll down to where it says reverse deformations. I right click and then I'll choose yes. Then accept. Then if everything went well, I'll see created morph successfully, meaning everything was done correctly. So how I can find my new morph is when I come to my parameters and I expand the Genesis 9, I should see morphs. So when I click on the morphs, I'll see it. Then I can just push the slider. Now the morph is in, but there's another problem that we will need to address. The rig is not following the morph, and in order to see the rig in Daz, just press Alt Shift and then J to show the rig. Now you see when I go back to, so before that let me change the parameter settings and set the minimum to 0. When I go back to 0, the rig is in the right place, but then when I push to my morph, it doesn't follow, and this would cause deformation problems. So how do I fix this? When I set the value to 100, I'll come into the 3D scene, right click, and then I'll come to edit, then the final one, adjust rigging to shape, then adjust orientation, and then accept. Now that will calculate and then position the joints in the character. Cool. But then there's another problem. When I revert back to the original form, the rig doesn't move. So what I have to do is I'll set my morph back to my custom morph, right click, and then choose edit morph over here. Then right click on the morph, then come down to ERC freeze. Then just accept. So now I can start morphing again. But before that, I have to turn off edit mode. Then I'll morph. Now the rig follows the character. Problem solved. Yes, so that's how you make your own custom morphs in Daz. And after this, you can simply come to the materials, find any skin material you want to apply to your morph. So I would find any of the female morphs, the female material, sorry. Probably this, just double click. Then I'll have it applied to my custom morph. Yes, so textured. Now this is it. And I can pick any other material and then just apply. And if you want the rig to disappear, just press Alt Shift J again and it should work. Or if it doesn't work, just click on the navigation icon over here, then it should go away. Yeah, that's how you make a custom Daz Morph.